Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Pat Bloom. I'm a visual designer, also UX designer, and I can do pretty much on the front end development. And today I want to tell you something about Figma. Um, I'm working pretty long with it already, and I think there's some really nice feature which I haven't been come along yet that much on the web. So I'm gonna share it with you. It's got to do with masking your elements, so you can use your yeah, for example, your colors which you define in your style guide or in your principles. You can use them all along the document without keep changing colors of elements and text and yeah, whatever you want to give a color. Um, so it's gonna be a quick one for me because I always talk like pretty long. I'm busy with this design, which is not really the thing at the moment. And as you see, I use a lot of the same colors. I mean, they got, I say they, but it's actually paid for my own website. You see, I use a lot of the same design element, like the headers. This is H2 headers, this is H1 buttons. I got a certain amount of colors, which are not much. I quite like it like this. I mean, it looks very fancy and very me. Um, what I want to talk about is like if you go to my I call it principles. Some people call it the style guide. I call this whole stuff I got here. I call it the design system. It consists, of course, of the different things like UX flow, I got the wireframes. I got my principles. I got my pieces, which are actually the blocks, and then I got the pages and it's actually mockups. But I really like this naming, so I call them principles because they're in a way, if you think back to what they are, they're like yeah the principles of the whole design, of course. So you got the fonts, got the color swatches, UI elements, and it always can be more, of course. But what I want to talk about today is the fact that that's how I also started working in the beginning. I always gave this element just like a color, like giving here a color, and then okay, I'll change them along the design with some other color. But what's even better, of course, I mean, with colors, your swatches are leading. These are like the holy grail of your whole color management in your design. And you define you define them once, of course, and maybe you want to leave it changes a little bit, like okay, maybe it can be a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. I got something with clients. It's like okay, can it green a little bit more that color of green, or on the end of the process you're like wow, now see it, let's change the color. And in that case you don't want to change every single element again with the color, of course. So there's a pretty easy way just to keep it all consistent, and I'm gonna show you mm, I'll do it with recreating this element, for example. And what I wanna gain is, for example, I got here my assets, of course, and one of them is the color primary default, and of course got a color. And for example, how I work, as you can see, when I change this color, every single instance of this color is changing. It's pretty cool because usually you make a swatch and you use it somewhere, the color, and but it can go much deeper than that. And that's by using this swatch element everywhere. For example, here as a masked background. Here we use it as a real background. So that's the whole idea. Let me show you what I mean. For example, let's make here some simple stuff. As I say, these swatches are leading. So if we want to, for example, create another heading, or we use this heading, let's create some heading H1 with some better say, a good size. Let's make it a bit bold. So, as I said before, I like to work really like in a consistent way and a very efficient way. And for example, if you got this heading, you would usually do, or at least I think a lot of people do, like, okay, let's go here, pick the color there, and so on and so on. But it's really, then it's really set in a way. Only thing we want to define here is like the font and the size in this case. What I'm gonna do, I make on the Mac, you can just like, let's just copy the stuff. I go here, paste it. I grab an instance of my primary color. So there's the primary color and the secondary color. So two colors used a lot on the website. And I put this. Let's put it here a little bit. Put it to the background. Nice. Then I'm gonna say mask this, or better say use this element. And I rather go here because sometimes selecting here on in the frame is a little bit hard. Go to this one and I say use as mask. Now you notice like nothing happened, but that's because we need to put the color above the heading element. So now you can see this particular heading, and it's wise to make like an instance of it, of course, directly, because it's otherwise it keeps selecting. And if you want to use a heading, for example, with multiple lines, it's of course wise to make it bigger. As we don't notice it anyway, that's the color. So make a component from this, and for now just call it, I'm not going to add it to my own library, just call it headings and call it h1. So now it's in the headings. And what you notice, like we got now this nice pink heading, and of course maybe at some point when you use it in your design, I'll make a copy of this. You say like, yeah, I want to have it definitely the yellowish. You can easily go here and change. Let's select this one properly. Let's swap the instance of the color to not the primary but to the secondary color. And there you have a yellow heading with exactly the same instance and components. You only like really switched very smoothly the color. Well, this can be done with, in a way, anything. For example, I also use it with line art. For example, this icon, I also use like a group of vectors, and beneath there, or better say, masked by this vector group, is a color. And in this case, again, the primary, but let's say we want to have it a very light gray one. We just swap this instead of the color, and it's like completely change the color. Oh, so this I want to show you. Let's make another one to really make sure. So make sure you make an element and use it as a mask, and then enter your color swatches from your design system. I keep them, these are loose. I really keep these shapes like almost holy to the whole document. And you can always change them. Let's first do what I said. Let's make another one. I want to have this, for example, let's set the proper color, let's proper layer, and change this to, let's say, a lighter gray. And now let's say you want to have like test it if it's all okay. And you notice the colors all the pink colors in this case, not the lighter pinks because they got a different swatch. There we go. So it's very handy to make a library like this or a design system, and you can really reuse if you really make a nice principal sheet. You can really reuse this through a lot of projects within Figma. So just want to say, have a nice day and check you later.